Now, we have an article up on Infowars.com. American Freedom to Fascism star Sherry Jackson is being murdered. I would have the headline, Valiant Inside IRS Whistleblower Being Politically Persecuted and Tortured. I don't know about being a star. I don't ever think of this work we do as being stars, but my heart breaks. How do those continue to sit by as our fellow human beings are put behind bars and treated as subhuman? Have we lost touch with our humanity? Yes. And when we lose touch with our humanity, then everybody starts getting abused because people then accept it. I see hundreds of movies now. Every movie where they show tasering and being tortured is fun. They're selling us that torture is cute and funny. I pray for those behind bars as our country holds more prisoners than any other country on the planet, even Obama's favorite, Red China. We see how they treat brown people in cages overseas. They are profiled as potential terrorists. You think they're going to treat us any better? Torture is torture, and it's wrong, no matter when used. In this regard, I choose to walk with Christ, and it goes on from there. That's the person that wrote this article, Don't Tread on Me. Now, they then give out the call and fax numbers demanding immediate medication for Sherry Jackson. And here is Sherry Jackson's letter that we posted up at Infowars.com. Hi, friends and family. Please pray for my wife. This is from her husband, Sherry Peel Jackson. She's still having challenges while she's incarcerated. Thank you in advance for your prayers and encouragement. Here's a letter from Sherry to our congressman concerning her current situation. I am Sherry Peel Jackson, your former CPA. I am writing you because I am concerned that my health and my life. Prior to becoming a political prisoner, I was the picture of health. In late June 2009, I started experiencing a rapid heartbeat on an irregular basis. That's because it's all GMO, all soy, which is filled with estrogen, all MSG. It's a chemical weapons, what they feed people in prison. Since this has happened infrequently in the past, I did not think much of it. However, in mid-July, it started happening on a regular basis, and I became concerned. I went to the medical staff twice in mid-July, only to be given 1-minute EKG tests and powerful meds without proper diagnosis. I did not take the meds because I had not seen a specialist. 1 week later, on July 21st, I left the dorm in flip-flops to go tell the officers I was having a heart attack. The officers on duty called the ambulance, and the ambulance checked my heart for their profile EKG machine. It was beating at 150 beats per minute. They took me to a hospital where I remained until Friday. During my hospital stay, it was determined that my heart was healthy, but my thyroid was producing too much hormone. See, everybody's having their thyroids removed right now from all the chemicals in the food, thus speeding up my heart. This is called hyperthyroidism or Graves' disease. I was given 2 medications by the hospital. And then it goes on. The hospital doctor told me 4 weeks later the prison medical unit was to do blood tests to determine how the thyroid medication was affecting my body. The blood test was taken in late August, and I was told I would be placed on the appropriate schedule, and it goes on from there. And then it just goes into how they're now denying her care, even though they admit she has this problem. And it's just unbelievable. It's a long letter. It's up on the site. But it's the food they feed them. We've done a whole show on this in the past, and they do all sorts of medical experiments on people in the prisons as well. I'm going to come back and hit the key parts of this and finish up with what's happening to this political prisoner right now. They tried to set up Joe Bannister, the former Treasury agent, but he beat him in court. She didn't because the judge ordered the jury to convict her, which is criminal. So the letter goes on, admitting that she has this thyroid problem. They just take her off the medication. Her lips have swollen up and are black. Blood's coming out. She's writing to her congressman. She says, I'm 46 years old. I know my body. I finally convinced them that I was not playing and was not stupid, so they treated me with a packet for stool sample test. When it came back, they admitted that even months before I'd had the thyroid problem, the blood test showed the problem with the thyroid was happening back then. He said I would be put on a schedule for new blood work later that week because the results were too old. He had a short conversation with Dr. DeLyon in Spanish and then said the thyroid count was off. That was November 3rd. I was administered the stool test and then returned to Nurse Charlie on Friday, November 6th. Today is November 26th, Thanksgiving. I have not received the results of my stool test. I have not been given any new blood tests. My neck is swelling up like a fishbowl, and I'm having trouble talking. I have been feeling very ill for the last weeks. Congressman, I don't want them to kill me in here. As you know well, I am being punished for exposing government fraud. However, millions of people don't file tax returns. I was just used as an example by the DOJ for the new program called the Tax Defiers Initiative. I have a wonderful husband and 2 beautiful children. I've already spent 21 months in prison for non-crime, and I refuse to come out dead or marred for life. I have not caused these people any problems. This is no threat, but just for your information, I have written the warden today. Things can't go on this way as I language in here for someone's political gain. God doesn't like ugly, and he is the ultimate judge and vindicator. That's right. These wardens, these police, these jail guards that are involved in evil, they all have the most hellish lives statistically. Cancer, alcohol, drug, their families, their kids dying in car wrecks. Don't worry. Anyone that abuses good people doesn't have to wait till they die to be judged. You get judged now. Anything bad you do in life comes back on you sevenfold. The good book says that, and it's true. That's why I want to tell wicked people. I've been in jail several times, arrested at protest, and every time I've had police slam my head in walls and laugh at me and push me around. I've seen scum. I've seen criminals. I know evil people when I see them. And the police and the jail guards, their ranks are filled with sadists and sickos and filth who would slam my head in a wall or punch me in the back trying to get me to fight back so they could beat the living daylights out of me. These are un-American, Nazi blood-sucking, murdering trash. And they release the hardcore criminals to come out and menace the public. And the media and the culture is all about worshiping them and worshiping their corruption. But the people know the truth. Now, there are a lot of good police, and I'm sure there must be some good jail guards. I hadn't met them. And what you're doing is evil. And what you're doing is wrong. And just like Hitler's goons, you're going to be brought to justice. So if you're on the wrong side of history, you better get back on the right side of history. She's in the FCI Coleman Medium Federal Correctional Institution, P.O. Box 1032. Now, these crooks don't care that you know that they're killing her, but they are afraid of the political repercussions. Okay? So they're enjoying what they're doing, but they are concerned about people learning about what's happening. See, for a psychopath, it's the pain they induce on people is their daily pleasure. You like a cup of coffee or going fishing, they like torturing people. It's a petty power thing. They get off on it. Coleman, Florida, 33521. And the website information's up on Infowars.com. The phone numbers are up on Infowars.com. Everybody call these criminals. Let them know we're fully aware of their criminal activity. And let them know if they're wondering why their lives are so cursed, why they're so unhappy. It's because most of your prisoners are innocent people you're torturing to death. And you know why. You wonder why your life's so bad? It's because you're evil. Okay? That's why you're not happy. More evil isn't going to make it better. Back Sunday live, 4 to 6 p.m. Central. Great job, crew. Retransmission, jam-packed with the latest ClimateGate info. Restarting right now at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com on the audio streams. Have a great weekend. Be safe and wake somebody up today.